Hi, I'm Trooper Smacka.
Hi, I'm Trooper Wellman,
Please stay tuned for a behind-the-scenes look at being a state trooper.
and together we can make a difference.
Here we are live at 360.Vegas Studios with another edition of Trooper Talk with Trooper Wellman. Now, Trooper Wellman, we need to get more people, right? NevadaStatePolice.com, right? Let's tell everybody, right?
Yeah, NevadaStatePolice.com. I mean, it's an amazing career, and we need you. I mean, everybody needs staffing right now, but, you know, our community needs us. And if you've ever had that drive to protect and serve your community and you want to make a difference and be that difference, then come do a ride along with us. That's what I would suggest. Everybody come do a ride along, right? Do a ride along. Walk in our shoes. See if it's something that you have a passion for.
All right, so speeds this fast will have fatal consequences. 112, 113, 131 miles an hour. I mean, you are flying.
Flying. I'm surprised the front end of that car didn't lift up.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Disgusting.
People don't, I don't think people take into account.
So a professional race car driver is traveling at 131 miles an hour on a racetrack. And you're telling me it's appropriate for like a citizen just to be driving at that fast? No, it's not okay. And they train all the time to travel at speeds that fast to control their vehicle. If there's a pothole in front of them, if an animal runs in front of them, if a car breaks in front of them, their reaction time is just gone. They're going to be gone. In reality, it's so sad. I don't know why you would travel that fast.
Tractor trailer, right? Mm-hmm. Rolled over. Has to have somebody clean it up.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. See the top of the trailer's open? That's because the load spilled out when it overturned. And they had to get a tractor trailer, like a little bobcat to clean it all up. So that takes time. The only thing, luckily, that came from this was it was somewhat on the shoulder. This was up by Creech, so that we had to notify the entire base to let them know that there was traffic delays, so they can plan ahead for letting their families know and stuff that, hey, I'm going to be late, there's delays, as well as we were down to one lane. We did have it closed at one point, which caused a big backup, and then we opened up the shoulder so that people could get by. School police.
129.
But look at that. They're on the freeway.
On the freeway.
With their speed traps,
right, with
as
their
people
speed
like
traps,
to call it.
right.
But yet, we post all over social media where they're at. It's really funny, yeah.
Right. And they made you drive at 129 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know what I mean?
So Sergeant Broadcheck was on this one. This is when I was at the Rose Bowl with the May family. But if I remember correctly, it was a motorcycle that just was traveling too fast on the curve and couldn't negotiate the curve and was ejected from the motorcycle. And unfortunately, I believe it was a male adult, lost his life that day. And so they were doing the fatal crash scene out there by the lake. So this individual was quite, actually Trooper Brems was one of the troopers that he rammed. Yeah, her car got some pretty good damage on it, and then another trooper's car got rammed, but they did get him in custody.
Okay, the phlebotomist. So it's a real deal, and it's a really big problem for somebody that they have to have a phlebotomist drive around with them.
One of the big things I'll have you take from this is that anytime we're dealing with an impaired driver, we have 2 hours to get the blood or a breath sample. They have a mobile phlebotomist, and so they're driving around the valley, and when you need to get a blood draw, instead of having to go down to the hospital. So there's a lot of different things I can go down a wormhole with you, but basically, to save time, you can call this mobile phlebotomist to come to your scene, and then they will draw the blood right there on scene in the back of that van, and then you can go ahead and go about the rest of your investigation. If you get 3 DUIs in 7 years, you lose your license for 6 months. So we don't want these individuals on the roadway because we don't want it to be like a slap on the hand.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually should be intense consequences for your actions for what you're doing, because you and I both know firsthand that it has fatal consequences if you drive impaired. And so anyway, long story short, this mobile phlebotomist is helping us get our evidence quicker, and it's actually an awesome resource to have out on the roadway.
And so we have a lot of great things that we're going to continue to do this year, and so we just want to make sure that everybody's here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thanks again, Trooper Wellman.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. All right, we'll see you later.